If you're over 60, does this sound familiar? That creeping cold in your toes, even under a warm blanket, the heaviness in your legs, like you're dragging weights around by dinner time. Or how about that annoying pins and needles feeling that pops up when you've been sitting for just a little while? It's easy to write these things off as just another part of getting older. But what if they're actually warning signs from your body? Signals that your circulation isn't what it used to be. Now, before we go any further, it's really important to say this upfront. If you have these symptoms, you need to talk to your doctor. They can be signs of different conditions, and it's essential to know what you're dealing with. For some, it might be an issue with the arteries that bring blood down to your legs, a condition called peripheral artery disease, or PAD. For many others, the problem is with the veins that have to fight gravity to get the blood back up to your heart. That's called venous insufficiency. The good news, for the second problem, getting that blood moving back uphill, experts like vascular surgeons point to a specific, simple type of movement that can make a world of difference. It's not about running a marathon or spending hours at the gym. In fact, you can do it right now, from the very chair you're in. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on the science, reveal the one move that helps get that blood pumping, and then I'll guide you through 5 incredibly simple variations you can start today to feel a real difference. Section 1. The why: understanding poor circulation. So, to get to the solution, we first have to understand the problem. What's really going on in our legs? Think of your circulatory system like a superhighway for your blood. Your heart is the main hub, pumping oxygen-rich blood out through your arteries to every part of your body. That's the first half of the trip. The second, and much tougher half, is getting all of that used blood back to the heart, especially from the farthest points, your feet and toes. This return trip is literally an uphill battle against gravity. To pull it off, your body has an ingenious system. Deep inside your lower legs are your calf muscles, and these muscles are so important that many cardiologists and vascular specialists have a special name for them: the second heart. And that's not just a catchy phrase. It describes a vital function. When your calf muscles contract and squeeze, they act like a powerful pump. They compress the deep veins in your legs, forcing the blood upwards, step by step, back towards your heart. Tiny, one-way valves inside these veins act like gates, preventing the blood from sliding backward. It's a brilliant, natural design. So, what goes wrong after 60? Well, a couple of things. Our veins can naturally lose some of their elasticity, and those little valves can get a bit weak. On top of that, many of us become less active. We spend more time sitting reading, watching TV, or at a desk, and that means our second heart isn't getting the signal to pump. When the calf muscles are idle, blood flow becomes sluggish. It can start to pool in the lower legs, which is a key part of venous insufficiency. This pooling and sluggish flow is what causes many of those uncomfortable symptoms. The coldness in your feet happens because not enough warm blood is reaching them. Numbness and tingling, that pins and needles feeling, is your nerves complaining they aren't getting the blood supply they need. The swelling, known as edema, is a direct result of fluid pooling in your lower legs. You might also notice muscle cramps, skin discoloration, or just that frustrating fatigue in your legs. Understanding this second heart concept is the key, because once you realize that the power to improve your circulation is literally built into your legs, the path to feeling better becomes so much clearer. It's not about fixing a broken system from the outside. It's about reactivating a powerful engine you already have. Section 2. Walking is great, but you can do more. Now, if you ask for advice on improving leg circulation, what's the first thing everyone says? Go for a walk. Let's be crystal clear. Walking is fantastic. It's a low-impact, whole-body exercise recommended by doctors for just about everything, and it's considered a cornerstone therapy for many circulation issues. Regular walking absolutely strengthens your calf muscles and improves overall blood flow. But here's the reality check. For a lot of people dealing with symptoms of poor venous return, that's the swelling and heaviness from blood pooling, walking alone might not be the whole answer. And there are 2 big reasons why. First, think about all the hours in the day when you aren't walking. If you sit for several hours at a time, watching TV, or working at a desk. The benefits of your 30-minute morning walk can be undone as blood slowly starts to pool in your legs again. The problem isn't just about getting exercise. It's also about combating long periods of inactivity. Second, for some people, a leisurely stroll just isn't intense enough to fully activate that calf muscle pump we talked about. And if other issues like arthritis, joint pain, or balance concerns limit how far or fast you can walk, you may not be getting the full circulatory benefit. This is where targeted exercises become so powerful. Vascular surgeons and physical therapists recommend them because they understand that while general activity is good, specific, focused action is better. What's needed is a movement that directly and intentionally fires up this second heart, a movement you can do frequently throughout the day to consistently fight against the pooling of blood, no matter where you are. So, keep walking, but it's time to add a secret weapon to your toolkit that supplements your walk and targets the problem with laser-like focus. Section 3. The one move revealed the power of the ankle pump. So what is this simple but powerful move that specialists often recommend? It's not a complicated lunge or a deep squat. It is the simple, yet profound, mechanical action of the ankle pump. This movement, in its most basic form, is just pointing your toes away from you and then flexing your foot to pull your toes up toward your shin. You can just think of it as pressing and releasing a gas pedal. That single up and down motion is the key. Why is this so effective? Because it is the most direct way to activate your calf muscle, pump your second heart. When you point your toes down, you're getting the muscle ready. But the magic happens when you flex your foot and pull your toes up toward your shin. That action causes a strong contraction in your calf muscle. That squeeze compresses the deep veins, forcing the blood that has been hanging out in your lower leg to shoot upwards, back toward your heart. When you relax, the veins refill with more blood from your feet, and the next pump sends another wave on its way. Each repetition of an ankle pump is like a beat of your second heart. Specialists love this move for 3 reasons. First, it's incredibly effective at promoting venous return. Second, it's remarkably safe. There's virtually no impact on your knees, hips, or back, so almost anyone can do it. And third, it's incredibly accessible. You don't need a gym or special equipment. You can do it sitting in a chair, lying in bed, or as a passenger in a car. This is the fundamental move that can change how your legs feel. Now, let's explore 5 simple variations you can easily build into your daily routine, starting right now. Section 4. The 5 simple variations demonstration. All right, we know the why behind the ankle pump. Let's get into the how. I'm going to walk you through 5 variations. They all use the same core principle, but offer a slightly different feel. The most important thing is to find the ones you like and do them consistently. Remember to listen to your body. This should feel like a gentle squeeze, not a painful strain. Variation 1. The classic seated ankle pump. This is your foundation, the most basic and essential version. You can do this anytime you're sitting. Instructions. Sit comfortably in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. If you're a bit shorter, scoot to the edge of the seat so your feet can rest easily. Now, just focus on one leg. Start by lifting your heel, keeping the ball of your foot on the floor. Feel that nice, gentle stretch in your calf. Now, reverse it. Lower your heel, and then lift your toes up toward your shin, as high as you comfortably can. You should feel a definite squeeze in your calf muscle. That's your second heart pumping. That's 1 rep. The why behind this variation. This heel-to-toe rocking motion takes your ankle through its full range, ensuring you get both a stretch and a powerful contraction to move that blood. It's the perfect starting point. Repetitions and frequency. Aim for 20 repetitions on each leg. A fantastic goal is to do a set every hour that you're sitting down. Think of it as hitting the reset button for your leg circulation. Variation 2. The alternating heel lift. This one is a little more active and is perfect for when you're distracted, like watching TV or chatting on the phone. Instructions. Sit up straight in your chair with both feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Keeping your toes on the ground, simply lift both of your heels up as high as you can. Hold for a beat at the top, feeling the squeeze in your calves. Then, slowly lower them back down. It's a simple, rhythmic motion, almost like you're tapping your feet to music, but with a purpose. The why behind this variation. Lifting both heels at once creates a strong, simultaneous contraction in both of your second hearts. It's an efficient way to get a lot of pumping action in a short amount of time, focusing purely on that powerful squeeze. Repetitions and frequency. Try for a set of 25 to 30 heel lifts. A great time to do this is during every commercial break of your favorite show. Before you know it, you'll have done hundreds of reps without even really thinking about it. If you're finding these simple moves helpful, and you're already feeling a little more connected to those leg muscles, do me a favor and click that subscribe button. We put out new videos every week with science-backed, easy-to-follow health advice for people over 60 who want to stay active and independent. Subscribing helps our community grow and make sure you won't miss what's next. Now, on to variation number 3. Variation 3. The standing support pump. Doing this movement while standing adds a new ingredient, your own body weight. This makes the contraction even more powerful. Instructions: stand behind a sturdy chair, a kitchen counter, or a wall, and place your hands on it for light support and balance. Have your feet about shoulder width apart. Now, slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels as high as they'll go. Hold this position for 2 seconds, really feeling that intense squeeze in your calves. Then, slowly lower your heels back to the floor. For an extra bonus, once your heels are down, gently rock back and lift your toes off the floor to stretch the front of your shins. The why behind this variation: using your body weight as resistance forces the calf muscles to work harder. This leads to a more forceful pump, capable of pushing more blood up from your legs. This is a perfect thing to do while you're waiting for your coffee to brew, or for food to warm up in the microwave. Repetitions and frequency. Start with a set of 15 repetitions. Because this is more intense, 1 or 2 focus sets a day is a great goal. Quality over quantity here. Focus on slow, controlled movement. Variation 4. The elevated ankle circle. This variation changes your relationship with gravity and also helps improve your ankle mobility, which is so important for good balance. Instructions: you can do this sitting in a chair or, even better, while lying down. If you're sitting, extend one leg straight out. If you're lying down, just lift one leg off the bed. Now, pretend your big toe is a pen and draw a big, slow circle in the air with it. Make the circle as large as you comfortably can. The why behind this variation: rotating the ankle engages the calf muscles from multiple angles, not just up and down. Plus, elevating the leg gives you a head start against gravity, allowing blood to flow back toward your heart more easily while you do the movement. Repetitions and frequency. Draw 10 circles in one direction, then reverse and draw 10 circles in the other direction. Switch legs. This is a perfect exercise to do first thing in the morning, before you even get out of bed, or last thing at night, to help reduce any swelling that's built up during the day. Variation 5. The gas pedal press. Our final variation uses isometric resistance, meaning you create tension without a lot of movement. It's a super safe and effective way to build strength. Instructions: sit in your chair and extend one leg out slightly. Now, do the first part of the ankle pump. Pull your toes up toward your shin as far as they'll go. Hold it there. Now, take the heel of your other foot and gently place it on top of the flexed foot. Your top foot is now providing a little weight. Try to push up against that resistance with your bottom foot, like you're trying to press a stiff gas pedal, but don't let it move. Hold that tension for 5 seconds. You'll feel a deep, sustained squeeze in your calf. Then relax. The why behind this variation: this isometric hold makes the calf muscle stay contracted for longer. This can help build endurance in the muscle, making your natural calf pump more effective even when you're just walking. It's a great way to turn up the intensity without any impact on your joints. Repetitions and frequency. Try for 10 repetitions of these 5-second holds on each leg. Since this is a strengthening exercise, doing 1 focus set per day is an excellent goal. Section 5. Building a daily habit and what to expect. Knowing these 5 variations is one thing, but getting real, lasting relief comes from making them a consistent part of your day. The beauty of these movements is that they can be woven right into your daily fabric without causing a big disruption. Try to shift your mindset from thinking of them as exercises to thinking of them as circulation breaks. Just like you might get up to stretch your back, you can now take a 60-second circulation break for your legs. Set little reminders for yourself. If you have a morning coffee, make a rule to do a set of standing support pumps while it brews. If you watch the evening news, use the commercial breaks for alternating heel lifts. Put a sticky note on your computer that says ankle pumps. The key is to link this new habit to an existing one. So, what should you expect? Look, this isn't an overnight miracle. This is about gently and consistently reactivating a natural system in your body. Results will vary from person to person. Some people report feeling a difference fairly quickly, noticing their feet feel a bit warmer, or that the pins and needles happen less often. For many, a noticeable early sign of progress might be less swelling. If you often end the day with puffy ankles or deep lines from your socks, you may find that after a week or two of consistent ankle pumping, this is reduced. That's a clear sign you're successfully helping that stagnant fluid move out of your lower legs. Over several weeks, you might notice your legs feel less heavy and tired. You might find you have a bit more stamina for walking or standing. These are all positive signs that your second heart is getting stronger and more efficient. The key is consistency. A few minutes, several times a day, will always be more effective than one long session once a week. Be patient with your body and celebrate the small improvements along the way. So, there you have it. The secret many specialists want you to know isn't some complicated procedure or expensive pill. It's the profound power locked inside your own body. It's understanding that your calf muscles are your second heart, and the key to waking them up is the simple, intentional ankle pump. By embracing this one fundamental move and practicing the 5 variations, we covered the classic seated pump, the alternating heel lift, the standing support pump, the elevated ankle circle, and the gas pedal press. You are taking direct, meaningful action to help your body fight back against the symptoms of poor venous return. You're empowering yourself to combat that feeling of heaviness, coldness, and swelling. Remember, every single repetition is a beat of your second heart, actively helping your primary heart do its job. You aren't just moving your feet, you are improving your entire vascular system from the ground up. If you found this guide valuable and are ready to discover more ways to take control of your health after 60, please give this video a like and be sure to check out our playlist right here called Mobility and Strength for Seniors. We have a whole library of videos with safe, effective movements just like these, designed to help you live life with more energy and less pain. Click on that playlist now, and let's continue this journey to better health together.